to you last night, you didn't bring it, told you, I forgot to tell her, or tell you bring it, okay.
Okay, you guys are now live.
Okay. We have new members, be patient.
New council members.
Yeah, new council members, thank you. You don't need to raise your hand, we're not, like I said, we're not that formal here. But, if I, say I'll entertain a motion, whatever you're gonna say, I move that, whatever we're making a motion on, to, accept minutes.
And we won't conduct any business during the work session
No.
either.
No,
We can't vote on anything or do anything like that during this work session. It's just to go over the minutes, the claims, and check everything. If there's anything I need to reprint, I can do that now. So,
and normally we would have the minutes before this meeting to see if there's any corrections, deletions, something that was left out, because those need to be done.
yeah, if I can get an email address for you guys, I'd be glad to send you minutes in advance. So at some point, either if you guys are gonna set up email addresses specifically as council members, I'll need those, or if you're gonna use existing ones, whatever you guys decide to do, I can email you the minutes in advance and you can read through them and laugh at my typos, or, you know.
Whenever I came into office, I did set up my very own council.
Gmail.
Gmail comes in very handy, because I've had to do a lot of that to do the grants and different things. I had to have, it's worked out.
It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory, but boy, it helps. And mine's Gmail, and it's worked out great.
And your email address will become part of public record, so if you want to get one that's not everybody's, something you're gonna, you know,
I'll make one then.
so if you guys want to do that, then
And
just get it to me, and whenever you guys decide what email address you want to use, and I'll use it to send you minutes every month.
and I'll need it too.
Well, it'll end up being part of the record.
Okay. So anyway,
So Chris moves, I second it, right? And if I
It
move,
doesn't
he
matter,
seconds it,
yeah.
or?
okay, yeah, whoever,
Right.
yeah, what'll happen is, you know, if he moves to, keep the minute, approve the minutes, and then
I
you
will
second it,
that.
and then I will say, is there any discussion? If there isn't, say no. And then I will make the motion again. The motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? No. Then the motion is carried, and,
Unanimously carried.
yeah, unanimously carried.
If anyone has to abstain for any reason, then it would not be unanimously carried. If there's anything that affects you guys personally, then you would have to
Yeah.
abstain.
And that's one of the hardest parts, if you abstain from the minutes, that becomes a whole different,
Then we wouldn't have anyone abstaining from the minutes. If we had a vote on something that affected, you know, let's say, Chris, that you guys have a massive water leak at your house, and you've asked for an adjustment on your bill, you can get up to half of a bill written off every year. If you wanted us to mark off half your bill, you had a water leak, you got it fixed, you want to cut your bill in half from $500 to $250, you would abstain from that vote
Okay.
because it affects you, which is just a very simple thing, you know. That would be about the only thing I could think of right off.
and let's say that,
Pass me that pen, Chris.
something does happen and, there's no second, somebody made a motion to, blah, 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 and then, is there a second? And there is no second. Then I have to say that there is not a second, and this is there's a name for it. It cannot be,
Cannot move forward.
cannot move forward right. That's exactly right, it can't move forward.
Right.
We can put that on here. And, I don't think it can be brought up in this meeting, it cannot be brought up in the current meeting.
And if there's something that, gets voted on, one of you abstains, and both of you have a yes and a no, I am the tiebreaker.
She is the tiebreaker. Yes, dies for lack of second. No one responds, it moves on to the next item. So anyway, when you guys have the time, try and read over this. We do go by the Robert's Rules of Order, and there's some other things that we can go by, and it's in an ordinance. We're not a board, we are a council. That was changed quite a few years ago. And we're not a city, we're a town, because our population does not warrant us to be in a city. It takes a lot of people to be a city. The minutes are very crucial. It's kind of like if something was left out of the minutes, and it really did happen, if it was left out, and we passed and say, yeah, it's what, then it didn't. That's why it's gonna be crucial whenever she sends out the minutes. You guys must look over them really well and make sure that,
I didn't say it like that, or
right,
you heard me wrong, or can we go back and, you need to go back and look at the video, I think you missed something. You know, I'm not afraid to have anything pointed out.
right.
We're all a team here, so we'll do everything.
And don't ever hesitate to contact me, call me, whatever it takes. And being on town council, this is a 24-hour, 7-day week. You say job, but somebody calls you at midnight, they call you at 1 o'clock in the morning. We are here for our town, our community.
More than likely, if anyone's gonna get a phone call at dark 30, it's probably gonna be me.
Mm-hmm.
So, used to, Angel did get a lot of phone calls, but she's also the fire chief, so
Yeah.
she probably will still get those phone calls because she is fire chief. But typically, if there's gonna be a middle of the night phone call, it's probably coming to me, unless it's Starling Ingredients, and they're gonna call Adam.
And typically, like in the minutes, the clerk treasurer reads the minutes. But that's why we try and get these ahead of time, to go over them, to look at them, make sure everything's correct, and we can actually approve the minutes without her standing there and reading through every one of them.
Right, you guys can move and approve the waiving of the reading.
Mm-hmm.
When my scanner's working properly, I post copies of them on Facebook. I'm having a lot of scanner issues, and I think it's just humidity. But I try to keep those minutes updated and on Facebook where you can see them, and our videos are live on Facebook, and then I publish them to YouTube.
And meeting minutes should always be approved at the meeting. Like we're going to be approving the minutes this evening from the last meeting.
You guys can
And I've already
critique them now, and then if something's wrong, I can reprint them, but you guys will sign them and approve them after the
even though
work
you
session.
weren't here, he was here for most of it. So,
And there's not a whole lot to them, most of it's water report.
so this is the work session.
And I have it set up to where we sign and agree with the work session portion and the meeting, so there'll be 2 signatures on
So
them.
I'm gonna let you guys read through this. So we can get through the meeting, but, okay, this was the meeting. And this was the work session. And then when you guys get done
and we just won't sign them until the meeting.
Right. See if,
Sound Creek Town Hall will be lovely.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
The wall behind you used to be a big window.
they're reading.
Sorry.
We can multitask. I remember all that.
And that's the, you wanna look at, you'll have your notes,
Mhm.
and you can look and see if maybe something was left out. Budget, we will be working on it next month. I mean,
Next meeting, we actually have to,
see if it's down there, it should be 3 pages.
next meeting is our first budget hearing.
It is. We must, we we've got to have a meeting. Because if you don't have a meeting on the budget,
Well, we can't miss our next two meetings,
just
is what
can't.
she's trying to say.
yeah, we just can't. Now, this tells us what we can spend, this is what we're asking to spend, and they will not let us go in the red.
We can ask for more than what we have.
No, we can't.
They don't really like us to ask for more than what we have coming in, but we typically ask for more in the general fund than what we have coming in because our operating expenses, we try to predict the worst case scenario in operating expenses.
Mhm.
Because it's really hard to go back to and ask for more.
And you could write on these all you want, staple them together.
They're all yours.
Yeah, those are yours. If you've got any questions, we don't, just because these amounts are in here, doesn't mean we're gonna spend all that. This is just kind of guessing at times. Contractual services in the 300 category are usually pretty expensive. Contractual, is that where we have the
Mosquito spray.
mosquito spraying? Yes.
Yeah, I didn't up that this year. I don't know what, we never did. I don't even think we have that on our list of things to talk about more mosquito quotes.
Right.
Because mosquito spraying is gonna be what, 230 every other week?
No, it's every week. It's every week.
Is it every week?
Yes, every week.
Oh my
Every
goodness.
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's $230 every
Yep.
week for 5 months?
Till October.
July, August, September, October, May, June, July, August, September, October, 5 to 7 months. So it's gonna be, golly,
Are these totals annually, like per year?
yes, it's an annual budget.
Mm-hmm. It's for the whole year. What'd you come up with, Kim?
Well, right now, if they spray 5 weeks, it's $1,000. If they spray 4 weeks, it's 800. So it just depends on how many weeks we have it done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at $230 a week. I just don't know how many weeks we're gonna have it sprayed, because it all depends. Like this season, we started having mosquitoes
We did last year too.
immediately, so
Mhm.
May, June, July, August, September, and October, that's 6 months.
Golly,
So,
that's 24 weeks. 24 weeks.
well, there's gonna be a couple extra weeks in there. Some
Mm-hmm.
months have, at least one month has an extra week in there. That's 25. $25 times 230, that's $57.50 just for mosquito spray.
He doesn't no good over on my house. But by the time he gets to my house, he's not spraying anything. Pumps are running, but nothing's coming out of the back of the truck. And that's every week.
You
Well,
can't see it coming out
No,
typically.
you can't see it,
You
I
should-
can't anywhere else in town.
can you?
Yeah, it's like a fog coming out of the back of the truck. When he goes down towards Eric's house, because it goes down past Eric's house on 4th Street, I can see it coming out of the truck. And then when he turns around down there, wherever he turns around at, I'm guessing the cemetery or somewhere
Mhm.
close. When he comes back, by the time he turns on Union Street, it's gone. There's no fog. I don't know if the pump slows down when he slows down to make the turn or what, but
Yeah, if he's not going fast enough, it won't come out.
yeah, I never see anything when he goes past my house. And I never smell anything. And if I'm down in the garage, you know, I'm 5 feet from the edge of the road.
Well, if he sees any people outside, he has to turn it off.
Mhm.
No, he never sees me. I'm always inside the garage.
Well, you can either call them, I can call them or something and talk to them about what's going on. Because if they're having, your streets, your houses that we go slow, if that's an issue, maybe there's something else they can take care of. Because that is a little street to even try to drive down, Union Street, Union 4th, which, are they going from, are they
So
going
they go
down the 4th?
4th up Union.
They're going up from 4th
Fourth
to
to
5th?
fifth, yeah,
Oh, they are?
yeah. Yeah, he
Well,
always,
maybe that'll try the other way.
he always goes from 4th to 5th. And he's even gonna go slower now because of the neighbor's overhang, so. It's horrid. Half the road's being taken up on Union. I'm driving out in my yard just to get up Union Street now.
Well, could you call them and be nice about it?
Who? The bug sprayer or?
Mm-hmm.
City Pest Control.
City Pest Control.
Does he need to talk to Rob or just whoever answers the phone?
Whoever answers the phone, and you may have to ask Dr. Rob, I don't know.
Okay.
And let them know that, I mean, you realize your street is a little bit,
You're right.
Maybe ask what could be done to actually improve the spraying on Union Street.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm,
If they need to tackle it from a different direction or
mm-hmm.
Right.
get a running start at 6th and Union and work their way down to 4th or vice versa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, if they would start at 6th Street and work their way down to 4th, it might be better.
It might be better anyway because 6th Street's so overgrown on that corner now.
Yeah,
It might help, give him a running start for that too.
yep. Okay.
We have a foliage ordinance. What's it called? Is that? I know we have an ordinance.
Yes, we do.
I just can't remember
Well,
what it's
if
called.
you call the guy that owns the property, he would probably come around and mow that.
It's not mowing. He mows 2 and 3 times a week. It's the old stumps that they cut the trees off of
At the fence line.
at the fence line, yeah. And they're trying to regrowth, and they're just
Oh,
bushing out everywhere.
that's his property or yours?
His.
His.
Mine, the complaint was the willow tree, and I cut it.
Yeah, our boys and I, we will bike down that road sometimes. I noticed that those were cut
Yeah,
because you used to have to kind of like
Right.
whip around it.
yeah. Yeah, I cut them up as high as I could reach and stood on top of my truck.
I can't remember his name.
But I know what you're talking about with the neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
You almost have to go all the way on the other side of the road to
That's on a bike.
because it's like
In a
halfway
car,
across the street.
Yeah, in a car, I'm out in my yard.
It's not Reese, is it?
No.
Oh.
No, he's buying
No, it is
Gladys Townsend's house.
Dirk Townsend's mom's old house in the back pasture field.
He's buying Gladys Townsend's house. I've got it right here. Hold on.
I never knew his name. I just called him the horse guy. But he's got those pulling horses.
Robert Mallory.
And the council is bonded and the clerk treasurer has a bond.
The council bond is a blanket bond, so it doesn't matter what the names are, but my bond is specific for me.
Mm-hmm.
So if the time comes that we can find a replacement for me, the replacement will have to get their whole bond in their name and qualify for it.
Kim, on the CCI fund, cigarette tax, cumulative capital improvement, do we not put anything in there for the streets and alleys before? All of these are zero, or, what am I looking at? Yeah, page 2.
Page 2 is CCD. Bottom of page 1 is CCI.
Yeah,
we can
got
put
it.
whatever dollar amount you want in there. The paperwork fund title's at the bottom of the list, not the top of it. So if you look at,
I've got it, yeah.
that is the bottom of page 2.
Yeah, bottom page 2, right?
Yeah, so whatever dollar amount you want in there, I can put in there.
See, that's a 300, human capital improvement. I was like thinking that was a 400. I don't know.
Well, you have it there.
Yeah. This is LRS, this is local roads and streets, as a completely different,
Okay,
item, money
okay.
that we get.
Let me print a fund report. You guys have them in the bank statements, but at some point you guys should have to review all that this meeting. Or stay after and do it afterwards. Cause I've gotta get that stuff scanned and uploaded. The CCI funds,
Mm-hmm.
we currently have $7,200 in it. But we typically, like so far this year, we've got $108 in it. So what our previous council had decided, other 2 members, that we were gonna try to just use that to pay the voice software until the money runs out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't put anything in there for streets, but we can. We've never needed it,
Right.
but we can put it in there if you want. I think we normally did, 1,000 or something?
Yeah. I was thinking it's nice to have something in there, because if we don't, we'd have to go for an additional appropriation to even put anything in there. Can we put at least 1,000 in there?
You can put in there whatever you guys want.
Okay.
That's typically what we would do, is put $1,000
All right.
placeholder for it.
Down here, page 2, under your CCI, put in $1,000.
The CCI fund is very limited.
Yes, it is.
That's the tax money we get from cigarette sales.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't get very much, and eventually that fund will be depleted. We'll only get a couple $100 a year, but until then, we're trying to not spend as much money out of the general fund, and our computer software is rather pricey, so that's one of the few things we can use that money for, is our software.
Yeah.
And I didn't up the transportation unless we want to up that, and if anybody's wanting to go to more, any schoolings or classes, or we've got 1,000 in instruction and training,
That's good, I think.
and then
Are you in general?
yeah,
Good.
we've got 500 for travel, which typically would be like my mileage to drive back and forth to the bank.
Yes.
I try to only go once a week. But if we want to do any schools, classes, or anything like that, it's just not currently in the budget. We'd have to write it in.
Mm.
We're gonna be asking to use about 70,000 out of the general fund, which I'm not sure what our budget form for looks like when we pull it up. I don't know that we have that much revenue coming in next year.
Oh, I doubt it. Um,
Our estimated revenue next year is going to be about 46. I'm just under 47,000, and we're asking to spend 70. So
mhm.
so that puts us over.
Mm.
We try not to spend that much, but you just don't know what things are going to cost.
I know.
Plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy, well, water utility checks will come out of the water utility.
Okay.
I was gonna say the checks typically are pretty much use up all of the office record money. The water utility will pay for those.
Down here under public safety, page 3, can we put at least maybe like $100 in there for the postage and stuff?
I wouldn't, I still have stamps in the drawer from a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Never
Matter of
mind.
fact, Angel just came and got a book of them the other day to mail some fire department stuff.
Okay.
I mean, if you think you're gonna get an ordinance officer and get someone to start mailing out notices and stuff, absolutely, but if we're not,
I
then
know.
I'm not gonna be your ordinance officer, so.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it comes with an additional pay bump, I'm not gonna be the ordinance
Is that
officer.
something we can do an addendum to the ordinance stating maybe one of the council members could work on something like that? Be,
Right now, that we don't have an ordinance
I
officer,
know.
it's up to everyone in this room to enforce ordinances. We
Okay.
don't have any law enforcement, we don't have any, the biggest issue is mowing, and we can't even find anyone to give us quotes to
yeah,
To-
okay.
mow the jail, so.
All
I
right.
mean, you guys can do whatever you want, you just have to revise all the ordinances accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
And I don't think we ever set up the structure for being able to accept fines.
Mm-hmm.
The only person we sent a fine to ever was Jerry Fry, and he refused to pay it, so.
Can it not be put under property taxes?
It's a huge,
It's a huge, and a certain
it's a
states.
huge undertaking to do that.
But yes.
By
Yes,
the
it
time
can
you
be.
pay for all the certified mailings and everything that goes with it, and you've paid someone to do the mowing, first of all, we have to find someone to give us a quote to mow that's licensed, bonded, insured, the whole 9 yards. And then serve the property owner multiple times, wait so many times for them to pay. There's just a huge
Yes.
undertaking, and by the time I do that, we'd have to have a fund just to pay those expenses from. But it can be done. it looks like that property's being mowed regularly. It actually looks pretty good now. I don't know who's mowing it.
Which one's that?
The property that Jerry Fry owns.
Oh, yeah, I don't know who's doing it either.
I don't know if he has someone from the state handling it or what, but it actually looks pretty good.
Do you gentlemen have any other questions on the budget? That's,
No. So for like that old building you were talking about, like, what's it, the old police station?
The old jail.
Yeah, the old jail. So you said no one would mow it, but is it because of that tree being down there? Like, would we have to have somebody remove that tree first?
Yes, the tree needs removed. We used to have someone that did all that for us, and he fell off the face of the earth. And we kept waiting and waiting and waiting for him to give us a quote to remove the tree, and we pretty much got ghosted. And I haven't, other people have reached out. Previous council was supposed to have taken care of all of that, and haven't been able to get any quotes to have the tree removed and start doing bi-weekly mowing of that lot.
and I have taken that over, and I have at least one gentleman that has looked at it, and I think he still has to give me a quote, maybe 2 people. So I am looking at the next meeting to have somebody. We will look at the quotes, see if we can afford them, and then approve a quote.
Okay.
And normally we are required to go with the lowest quote, unless for some reason the higher quote involves more whatever, makes more sense. We have to be careful. Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay, and then the mowing on that was bi-weekly? Is that what you said we would
Yeah,
do?
we were having it done bi-weekly or as needed. Sometimes it was really dry and it didn't need to be mowed bi-weekly. He would mow it, every 3 weeks. And if it rained a lot, then he'd be like, hey, I need to mow this again. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of one of those things where it didn't need to be mowed every single week.
Okay.
So,
And the quotes I'm looking for will involve taking away the tree and getting the property mowed, cleaned up, the showed, whatever, so we can start keeping it better, in better shape.
maintaining it properly.
Maintaining,
Yeah. If you'd like, I could help with that, unless you wanna.
no sir.
Okay.
She's already
Well-
got them all contacted.
And it needs to be, again, it's very, very, very bad. I appreciate it, but we need to
You
hire.
might get with him and see if he has any people that he knows. He might know other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, pick up where you're at, and then maybe find a few additional people to reach out to, just in case this one doesn't. But if
Okay, I see what you're getting at. Yes, if they are
Insured.
insured,
yeah.
Licensed and insured.
licensed and insured, and really have the equipment,
Okay.
yeah, you just need to let me know.
You'll see on page 3, there's a list of the 3 that she's already contacted.
Yeah.
So if you have anyone other than that, that would be great. And we would need to try to have all those quotes in by next month to review at the next meeting after we go over the budget, if we have anything to go over.
Under this 2 here, B, I've reached out twice, and he's gonna come, but he hasn't yet, so
Yeah.
I'll reach out one more time, and then after that,
You think they want the business, or at least would tell you no, like, and they don't want to mess with it.
right, and then recently we've had a lot of storm damage,
Yeah.
and they are busy, I know that. So, yes, we'll see what we can do. Even though I've reached out to these, I guess, they're gonna give us a quote or come over and look. Yeah, somehow it's this is, okay. Any other questions?
No.
This here involves the paperwork that you guys will, the YouTube you're going to be watching in the paperwork. It is, we have to look at, make sure that the checks written have gone through the bank release deposits, shows that here, and then the bank reconciliation, whatever you want to call it, works with that. We have a water utility, and we have the town. And normally we try, and the person can come in ahead of time, you don't have to do it. During a work session, I could come in here sometime during an evening and go through these and look at them.
As long as I've got them ready.
Oh, yes, as long as she has them ready.
The State Board of Accounts requires us to have front and back of checks. So if you guys ever see that that doesn't look like we have the front and back, that's another thing to look for. They require us to have both images of the checks on the bank statements.
So this is, I'm gonna give you
That's everything I do in a month as far as the computer work.
it's, and there's other work,
That's just the computer stuff.
yeah, that's on the minutes. So, what are we looking at? Customer payments, this is water utility. And this is whenever people paid. And this deposit matches this. This deposit contains their water bills.
Occasionally you'll see an envelope stapled on the back. The reason I do that is because they've mailed their check, acted like they didn't owe a late fee, put an early date on it, but I keep it because it's postmarked, and when they call me and call me every day, but a white woman because they got a late fee, I'll have the envelope and I'll be like, you didn't mail it till it was due, there's no way I would have gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see an envelope, there's usually a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And that's why it's really nice to when people return their, and when they don't, she has to print out a whole.
If I print out a sheet, I just take the other things to it.
Mm-hmm. So,
And those just get matched up with the bank statement.
right. So we know those, and the bank statement. 91 cents interest.
Yeah, they're not paying us hardly any interest. We don't have hardly anything in the bank.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We only pay a fraction of a percent. Both of our checking accounts, we have one for the water utility and one for the town. They're both free accounts, but they don't earn a whole lot of interest. But we don't pay fees to have the accounts, so.
So here's the deposit for $597.60, which is here. And then we've got it here, and I will, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna initial it, I'll do this one. And I'll try to keep them in order if we can. And then the next one, we'll check out the deposits.
Just confirm these match.
Mm-hmm. And then it's here. And then initial it, that you checked it.
Anything I give you guys is gonna balance to the penny.
It does.
I won't do this unless it balances. I'll work on it and work on it till I find whatever's wrong.
Next one. And it was $6.26.
26 was
Mm-hmm. just check mark that on the list. You have to turn over like that. And the next one. Woo! 821.29, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Put a check mark there. But the State Board of Accounts likes the way Kim does this. This is easier to.
A lot of people just rubber band all the little pieces
Oh.
together and wrap the deposit slip around it. It's a mess. That's how I was trained.
Yeah, I want to show you something. See this deposit here?
Mhm.
That's because of this here. You know who that is? You know, Darlene Ingredients. Okay. They are our biggest water user. This helps keep us. So I never complain about them because this keeps this utility going.
They use over 1 million gallons of water a month. So
Mhm.
that's why we go through so much chlorine and why our Duke Energy bills are so high.
Mm-hmm. So you initial that and find it on there somewhere. 8,000.
8,934.45.
Yes, sir. Okay, now the next one. Yeah, that's something. Will be the interest. Somewhere you'll find it's 91
91
cents.
cents.
Initial that one.
That just comes off the bank statement itself,
Right,
Which-
mhm.
which is in all of that paperwork that Margaret has, is the actual
Now,
bank statements.
I think that's all the deposits. Now we're gonna start on disbursements.
If I ever have an issue on a disbursement, like if I, put it under the wrong fund or anything like that, I have to completely void it and start over again. So if you see a line that's an in and out, a positive and a negative, it's because I had screwed it up, and that, it's gonna show up on your bank statement as an in and an out.
I did that one time as clerk treasurer, checking account.
It's really easy to do.
It is. Alright, these are the disbursements. So. Here it is. Baston Loggins.
1,740.
No,
No, we're not in order.
no, they're not in order.
Okay.
We are gonna have,
$124.
yes. Mm-hmm. So, just put your initial down there. And check it off.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the bill. And all that is a sleeve and $27 for freight, postage, whatever.
It was a necessary part that Adam
Yep.
had to have, so.
Yes.
And you guys can question any bill you want, ask any questions. I go ahead and pay bills in advance. We have that approved every year, so I can pay them in advance, but if you have any question on anything, that's what you guys are here for. If you guys wanna know why the electric bills are so high, or anything like that, we can pull out whatever you guys wanna look at. Whatever makes you feel comfortable signing off on bills.
And we have an ordinance in place that gives the clerk treasurer, she can go ahead and pay any bills in advance because we don't need electricity shut off. We don't need certain things to happen because we're not having a meeting or there's emergency or something.
It's $5.50, by the way.
Okay. We can do these. I'll do this later. What's that bill?
3541.
To,
Sue Pickett.
oh, mhm. And it may be on the next page.
If it hasn't cleared, it'll be on the uncleared, some have cleared, some have not.
$35.41.
Yes.
Yes.
She had, her meter refund.
Is this the one? Okay. I'll let you do this one.
Newberry Water Works,
Okay. How much?
$39.59.
And that's where I
Mhm.
used Sue's deposit to pay her water bill.
Do another one here.
Midwest Natural Gas Corporation, $15.
That's why it's helpful to have these work sessions. All right.
IUPPS,
Yeah,
$8.55.
those are locations.
That's 811.
Mm-hmm. Did you find it?
Yeah, right here.
All right. Initial that.
How do you do?
Oh, I'm used to seeing them up here.
No.
Okay. Okay. I'll
Anywhere,
put it up here in future.
Okay.
anywhere you want.
Yes. All right. I'll do the next one. And $77 here to Pace Analytic Services. 77. Okay. Okay. Check that off. 713.66 Indiana revenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can turn that one over.
Do not, thank you.
That's our sales tax that you collect every month.
Next one. Gee, my name is that Duke Energy now. 620.91.
If that's the water utility, that's the,
It is.
that would be a security light, pump house, and a, chlorinating building.
Alliance of Indiana Rural Water Incorporated for $50.
That was Adam's class.
He's required to attend so
So
much
many
every
hours.
once a year in order to maintain his license.
License.
Mm-hmm.
Switch.
Yeah.
You really could have just had one of them do the town and one of them do the water utility.
I know, but I'm gonna run out of time.
Payroll transfer
Mm-hmm.
for $5,043.42.
Yep.
And then I have another one underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gary
Mhm.
Gingrich
He's our reader.
for $25.
She'll be on the end. I don't know if this will be cashed yet or not. Do you have a question, Margaret?
Oh, okay. No. I thought I found that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do we have left on that? Only of these are outstanding.
We have AE Voice Company, and then James Hamilton on that page. And then pull on this page, the second page.
If they're dated from the previous month, they just haven't cleared yet.
Oh,
Yeah, these two are.
alright. Yeah, let me see if it cleared. Yeah, these haven't cleared. Okay.
I need to void the Tim Pearson check off.
Really?
He's never cashed it.
Ain't that? Time is it? Can't go.
5:56.
The meeting starts.
In 4 minutes.
We want to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll declare quorum, and we will begin. Any questions?
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm good.
Alright.
Oh, I do have a question.
Sure.
As far as on last month's minutes, I was going to contact IDEM on last month's minutes. Do I contact them as a town board member, or do I contact them personally?
Town council.
Town council, okay.
Did you hear the question, Cam?
So you haven't contacted them yet?
Mm-mm.
Was that regarding,
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Sue, yeah.
I think typically whenever people reach out to them, they reach out as a neighbor, a concerned neighbor.
Okay.
That's typically,
I just didn't know which would get more
Yeah.
done, you know.
I'm not sure anything will get done.
I doubt it. It never does.
My understanding is there's been multiple complaints about them to the county, EPA, IDEM, and I don't know how true that is.
It's true.
So,
I think I would initially start out as a neighbor, you know the situation, or else come on.
because it affects you more as an adjacent property.
It
owner.
does,
Right.
it does, so, yeah.
Okay.
And you can always throw in there that you're a new council member, and this is one of the things that has been brought up even prior to that. It's just however you feel comfortable talking to them.
Okay.
Mhm. And we're gonna be starting on page 2.
I will have to shut off the video to get it restarted because I can't seem to, I'm having trouble uploading the videos as they are. An hour-long video is really having a hard time. So, you let me know when you're ready for me to stop and start over. If you guys need a break or anything like that, potty break.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. I do have one question, like, so on the budget for instruction training,
Mhm.
so is that for like, for us? And then is there, like, what's something you would, like, what's an example of something we could use, like, that would help us, or is there anything really necessary?
She's laughing. The thing you really need to do is sit down at your laptop, computer, whatever you've got, and go in. There's a lot of state board of account things. There's a lot out there.
There's a lot of free webinars out
There
there.
is a lot of,
Occasionally there'll be a webinar that's like $25 or $50 and we'll pay it out of that fund. If I were to go to clerk treasurer school, if I were to go to the annual event, then we'd need thousands and thousands of dollars, and I don't go to those. I do whatever I can online.
like I go, I go to SIDC meetings, which are down toward Logodi, and I am the representative for the town that goes there. If I wanted to, I could put in to get mileage for that. I think there's another tab.
That would be the transportation, right?
Transportation, but school, yeah, if they're
Travel.
or
We're going to watch other town board, see how they
Council.
the councils, see how they handle themselves and how
And-
they run the meetings.
And now everybody's meetings are live, so you
you
can,
can watch them.
and you should be able to watch them later, so, a lot of stuff's free. There's just a lot that's free.
There is, And we are governed by the Indiana Code, which entails 36, okay, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna stop the video so we can restart it.